Welcome back to Morgan Motor 64, everyone. Again, it's Alan Morgan, and today I want to start this process. So this is episode 1 for Project Jolene. Where we're going to start is we're going to start preparing, doing final preparation on the engine block itself. So what we have, as we mentioned in the introduction, is a 6-liter V8. It's a 2005 6.0 LQ4, and the engine is out of a 3500 GMC Savannah. A lot of prep on the block, but what I want to look at today is how to kind of clean up some of the flashing within the engine. And it's also called porting, but with this, by porting the engine, it allows the engine to flow just a little bit smoother. What's different with this LS engine than some other ones, it is actually a cast iron block. So with the cast iron, there's kind of molding flashing. Now, the first thing that I want to show you is some of the tools and things that I use. As we see on my table, what we have that I'm going to use today is WD-40, some specialist penetrant, and I like to use that to keep the rusted, the surfaces from rust. Then I use automatic transmission fluid. It is a really good lubricant and cleaner for the inside of the engine. Of course, you want to wipe as much of that out as you can, but I like to use it because it not only cleans, but it does keep the surfaces, especially bare metal, from flash rusting. I'm also going to use this tool. This is a really nice tool along with the carbide bits. The carbide bits that I will be using are these 4 different sizes, and this is to get the original grind on the flashing area of the engine. I also have a Dremel tool with fine sanding wheels, safety gloves, glasses, and earplugs, and I also have a metric tap and die set. The reason that I have this is to clean out the bolt holes where you mount things to the engine. Also, one thing that I like to work with is the engine mechanical service manual, and it basically is the shop and manufacturer's manual on how the engine works and what to look out for. But I love to always have this on hand for reference. So let's get started. What we're going to do is we're going to kind of look around the engine, and we're going to look for flashing areas, which we know we have some down in here, we have some in here, and then we'll kind of look on this side, which I wanted to touch on this really quick while we're here. K144 is basically the casting date. It is November the 14th of 2004. K is for the month of November. The 14 is the actual day, and 4 is the year, and which makes sense because the engine was removed from a 2005. So they probably cast the block the year prior. Also, on this part of the LS engine, it has the engine size, which is a 6.0L, a 6-liter. If it was a 5.3 or 4.8, it would say that. Actually, on the 5.3s, I think 5.3 and 4.8 are on the block. Again, on the back of the block, it has the 6-liter identification, and then it has the casting number, 125-77148. Those casting numbers tell me if I just had the block and I didn't know where it came from, it tells me that it is, in fact, a 6-liter LQ4 engine. And Part of the thing is people wonder why. Why is he always saying LQ4, LQ4? They're different models within the 6-liter engines. I prefer the LQ4 just because of the cast iron block and the reputation of the block. So what you see me doing now is I'm turning the engine over on the engine stand to see if I can identify any more flashing that I would possibly want to remove. This is as looking at the engine where the actual crankshaft and the pistons sit, and down in here is where the camshaft is. And again, I mentioned the bolt holes, so I'll want to use my tap and die to make sure that I have all the rust and debris out of the engine block. So right now I see a little flashing down in the valley. And it becomes real visible once that you get the engine completely turned over. And you can see it down in here at the tip of my finger where it kind of looks like it's a rough edge, and especially right here. So what I'll do is I take, and of course we want to use our safety equipment. And don't forget the earplugs. And I want to take a little of the automatic transmission fluid and kind of brush the area that I'm looking at, trying to clean up a little. Kind of see what it is that I'm looking at. And it also acts almost like a little bit of a lubricant to help the carbide bit cut through the cast iron. And then I have my actual tool. And I think to start with, I'm going to use the square bit. The reason that I like to use the air tool is because the air tool is capable of reaching higher RPMs, which will allow it to cut smoother. Then I want to check my speed. I turn it up just a little bit. and twist it like this. So that it can go down through the oil gallery.